Hey everybody, it's Benny1 and I'm back at you with episode 8 review of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, everybody. Man, we only got 2 more episodes left after this week's episode. Whew! It's crazy that this show is almost over, the first season, everybody. And I enjoyed this week's episode. I thought it kind of moved the story a little more than the last episode, that's for sure. So, this episode picks up in a hockey game. And we get some cool slow-mo hockey action, which I have noticed that this show likes to do. And the Don't Bothers are once again in a tie. And Nick, one of my favorite characters of the kids cast part at least, scores his first goal, everybody. That's right, and the Don't Bothers win again. And Nick is high, man. He's on a high right now because he scored his first goal. He thinks some chicks are looking at him and hitting on him and everything, but they're actually looking at Logan when they walk by him, so he gets a little bummed out. But so yeah, that's where the episode picks up, is where Nick scores his first hockey goal in the freaking game. So that's pretty cool right there. So then we turn to Alex in the episode, and Sophie's parents are noticing that the team's getting better, and they start feeding her the stuff that like the Mighty Ducks go by, and like winning is everything and da and all this stuff, and like they're telling them, oh yeah, 2-a-days, superfoods. So Alex is because she's like, yeah, this winning thing, it feels really good. And like they even tell her that like Stephanie, the one mom of the Ducks players, you know, that she works under, is starting to become worried of the Don't Bothers and you. So Sophie's parents, I thought, kind of fed into that and led her down this path that she goes in this episode, because they kind of like were giving her the breadcrumbs to start her down this path that she goes in this episode. So I think Sophie's parents are kind of the reason why she did what she did in this episode. Not all the reason, but yeah, so they laid the groundwork for it, that's for sure. So she is on a super high right now, like super high, because she even goes to work and she actually is sitting on the side, you know, because she's not a part of this like main group table of discussion about this project that they're working on. But she actually pipes in and tells them, well, you could actually do this, and there's a loophole. And the guy that's in charge is like, oh, she's right and everything. And you can just see that Stephanie is like, oh my God, this lady. Not only is the hockey team threatening me, now she's threatening me at work. So Alex is on a high in this episode, like a really big high. And then we get to Nick being jealous of somebody in this episode, because Bombay is teaching Logan how to skate. Because Logan is in the locker room after their game when they won, and he's just bummed out, and Bombay's like, what's wrong, you know? And he's like, it's stupid. And Bombay's like, well, I can do stupid. And he starts to teach this kid how to skate. You know, he takes the stick and everything, has him hold on, and then like Bombay's going backwards, and he says, now push on the stick. And he lets go and he starts skating. So Bombay is like coaching Logan up to skate, and Nick sees that, and he's like, well, that's great. Like, the guy's got the looks and everything, and the girls like him already, and now if he learns how to play hockey, he'll take that too, and then I'll have nothing, and all I have is this goal that I scored. So he's kind of jealous. They dive into that a lot in this episode. And then Bombay teaches Logan how to do, he notices that he can really flip pancakes, because he's making Bombay pancakes, because he's teaching him how to play hockey better and stuff, so he's just appreciated of him. So he notices that, so he tells him to go get his gear and bring that freaking spatula out to the rink with you, and he starts flipping the hockey puck. And then Bombay has it, tapes it onto his stick, his hockey stick, and then he takes it off, and he shows him that he can do it with the hockey stick, and he shows him how to score a goal by going around the backside of the net and just flicking it in the goal and shit. So, and when Nick sees that, Nick is super jealous. He's like, oh great. He's like, you had a good run, Nick. he's a funny kid. So, and that actually ends up playing a big part in their next game before states. So, and then Coob's big contribution to this episode was after the first game when Nick scored his goal, he takes his his skates off. Sorry, I played football. That was my sport. And his feet reek. And he said it's because he's been wearing them for like 3 or 4 games straight since they've been winning, and he hasn't washed them or anything. He wears them every game. So he convinces everybody on the team, except for, I can't remember her name. There's the one girl that's I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. She's the only one that doesn't do it at first, but then she buys in finally, and they all keep wearing these nasty socks until that last game before states. They decide to not wear them, and they're all like, oh God, they're so relieved when they take them off. And then you find out after the game that they did win the game against the Huskies to get into states, just so you guys know. And you find out that Coob had one of his nasty ass socks on him. It's nasty. So yeah, they win that game against the Huskies, and they're second in their division, and they make it to states, and it's all because of Logan, everybody. And Alex starts to go down a bad path, and she starts getting superfoods. Like, she's trying to make the team practice 2-a-days, all this stuff. And, like, they're starting to notice. Like, Evan and Sophie are really starting to notice that there's something going on with her. Because Sophie's like, she's acting like my parents. And then she gets this interview that's just her, not with the team or anything like that. And she keeps preaching it's all about the fun. But the kids are over there on the side saying, yeah, that's all a bunch of crap. Like... And they're noticing that she's changing. And Evan has a talk with her. He's like, Mom. And he thought it worked, but it didn't. Because Bombay keeps saying in this game, he's like, Logan's ready. He's fresh. We need fresh legs out there right now because they're dog tired. And she won't put him in. She flat out will not put him in. So she won't even trust Bombay, for Christ's sake. So, and Nick, decides... Because him and Logan have a little heart-to-heart before the game in the locker room. And Logan tells him about, how when his mom left, he kind of had to pick up where she left off because of his dad, and how he's jealous of Nick's relationship with his mom's and all this stuff. So they make up and everything. It was actually a cool little moment between the two of them. And Nick is the reason why Logan ends up on the rink, because he starts showing Alex. He's like, look, your interview went viral. And he's all like, keep scrolling. And he gets Logan on, and she's like, wait, Nick, why aren't you on the ice? And Logan goes out, and she was like, really, guys? And Bombay's just like, And Logan scores the winning goal with the way that Bombay showed him how to do it. And they win, and they make it to states. And the end of the episode, they're in the locker room celebrating, and Alex shows up, and she loses it, has a meltdown. She acts like Coach Teague from the Mighty Ducks. She's pissed. She basically is like, I'm the coach. You do what I tell you. She's like a general, drill sergeant. She knocks the sticks over and then just walks away. And they're all like, holy shit. And Sophie was like, I left the Ducks because I didn't want to be involved or be around any of this. And Evan was like, I know. I gotta fire my mom. And that's where the episode ends. So we got 2 episodes left. And the team... It seems like they're in a battle with their coach right now, which is a very familiar thing from the Mighty Ducks movies, if you've seen the movies, because that happens with Bombay in the second Mighty Ducks movie. So, yeah, pretty good episode, honestly. It was a pretty good episode. I liked the whole confrontation between the team and Alex becoming more hardcore of a coach and not so much about the fun. They made it to states. It's awesome. You know where it's going to go. They're going to be playing the Mighty Ducks in the championship game. You know that's what's going to happen because, come on. It's the Mighty Ducks. It's a Disney show. You pretty much can tell where the rest of this is going to go. So I'm excited to see it, though. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review. I appreciate you for watching. And I'll be catching you on YouTube later because I have spoken.